So he began his journey in the impact space at the young age of 18, where he launched his first social enterprise and subsequently secured his first government contract. His work has since scaled to various aspects of social impact. He worked with creating learning hubs during COVID-19 lockdowns, providing educational services to students, and providing employment to unemployed teachers. So designing national level ecosystems, supporting young founders with government partners, to now designing programs for emerging young talent in the ASEAN region, and focuses on global skills development with the advent of AI. Currently, he is a rising star and pioneer in the public-private partnerships and impact consulting spaces, where he serves as the founder and CEO of CICLUB, an internationally recognized development consulting organization that focuses on high-level partnerships within Asia. So his work has attracted funding from the United Nations, USAID, multinational corporations, and international foundations. So over the past 12 years, he has worked with governments, corporations, and international bodies on pressing issues surrounding the Sustainable Development Goals. Now, SADG works on the nexus between skills, systems, partnerships aligned with the frameworks of the Future of Work, Industry 4.0, and the Sustainable Development Goals. So I'm proud to introduce Saj Miguel Molato, who will be talking about the future of work. So let us give a round of applause.
Thank you for the introduction, Gab, and greetings, fellow youth. All right, let's start. So I'm Saj. Please feel free to just call me Saj. No sir, no kuya, nothing. Just that. All right. So I started my career at 18 when I was basically in your shoes. I was a second year student in Ateneo, pursuing pursuing political science. So I basically joined a competition facilitated by Harvard to fund college level startups. And my startup revolved around mobilizing the then frozen SK assets, which is 10% for the entire city's budget. So we got our first government contract when I was 19 and sort of scaled the organization from there. So one of our biggest programs to date is called AI for Asia. It's funded by the Singaporean government. We're essentially taking a stand on developing domestic research on AI markets and job markets that are most affected. So essentially what that means is we are here to answer the question on whether or not you have a job waiting for you after you graduate and get your diplomas. Fun, right? Count yung audience. All right, let's go forward. Stop moving. All right, let's be engaging with the crowd. What does AI mean to you? Any volunteers? Yes, please. Or you can stand up and just say it.
For me, AI is essentially.
Are you a computer science major? Okay. Anyone else? Tuturo na lang ako. You, in the velvet jacket. What does AI mean to you? Jacket, the polo shirt. Mamaya.
Just like what you said,
Everybody,
AI is a tool that in my course is a relevant tool that helps me with my work in my
Computer science major as well.
I
IT, okay. Non-IT majors. You, sir. Yes. IT ka rin?
Ako pa ba?
Yeah, there you go.
In the electrical engineer. So for me,
Louder.
AI is a possible branching point between, like, it's a possible second industrial revolution in a sense.
Second industrial revolution. It's actually the fourth. It's
Like-
called Industry 4.0. Okay. You, sir, the green.
I'm a philosophy student.
Okay, there we go.
So I think AI is sort of black box that we don't really know if we're pushing for agentic AI, and the the definition of consciousness becomes harder to define with the existence of AI.
All right, let's give all our volunteers a round of applause. All right, last two people. What emotions do the terms AI, automation, and the future of work evoke when they're mentioned to you as students who are about to enter the workforce? You, ano nararamdaman mo when you hear about all of these things going on in the world?
I think there is definitely doubt because, for example, no, we're shifting from human labor to a focus on human intelligence. Like, are we still the one dominating the decision making field, or are we allowing a superficial form of intelligence to decide for us?
Right. But it's a thing that's been happening since the Industrial Revolution. Jobs have been replaced with mechanization, optimization, to now AI, right? It's been happening ever since. It's inexorable. No, fancy word. But yeah, next, you. What do you feel when I say AI? Automation.
Despair.
Despair.
Yeah.
Bakit despair?
I don't know. Because it ends how people think logically. Most people are just like, oh, if you're asking me that question, I just check ChatGPT, hey bro, what emotions do Thursday and automation and the future of work? Yeah.
Okay, bro. Let's go with different age group. Sir, I'm going to give you an overview of the job market and skills market, trends and shifts, emerging markets, and relevant frameworks you yourselves can utilize when considering factors on are there jobs waiting for you, how can you better skill yourselves, prepare yourselves for what markets are emerging as, it's a multidisciplinary crowd. A lot of computer science majors, but we have ins and outs in different courses. Then you have philosophy majors. Anybody else that's not a comp sci IT major here? Just raise your hand. I'm not gonna call you. Anyone else? Hindi comp sci, hindi IT. Okay. What's your course, guy in red?
I'm a math major.
Math. But yeah, sure. Okay. Anyone else? Anyone else? You guys
Diploma sa international relations.
from Ateneo? That's what you're doing. Okay, cool. Let's go forward. So, this is a fundamental question when talking about AI. Whenever I attend different forums around the world, people are always asking, are there jobs waiting for me? Is there a future for me because my job might just be replaced with AI? And this is a common trend because it creates a lot of uncertainty. Am I correct? Like you feel uncertain because there's so much competition going around and you just see all of the things happening around the world and you ask yourselves, in the next 2 to 3 years when I get my diploma or next year when I finally enter the job market, are there any jobs that are actually waiting for me? You feel this sort of dread? Anybody here graduating already? Lapit na. You feel afraid?
Worried, but I think it's a matter of how people adapt or focus.
How have you adapted?
For me, I'm just using
Well, for me, honestly, I just tap on how to use it and understanding how AI. So from my understanding, it is basically a statistical machine. So I've been taking LP classes and just understanding. As I said, for me, AI is a tool, right? So I'm understanding how can I, quote unquote, maximize a tool, especially that AI has been used in different industries.
Given the fact that you have hundreds of other people that are pursuing the same degree as you, how would you differentiate yourself from everyone else?
Well, for me, again, AI is just a tool. You can't exactly still perhaps use your uniqueness as a person.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm not just trying to perhaps expand my understanding of AI. I'm also trying to expand as a person. So in this case, with AI, with the augmentation of AI, I've been expanding my soft skills as well. So in this case, perhaps if we're talking about the question of differentiation, that can be something that I can forward.
What job do you want?
Well, for me, actually, I have an upcoming internship in one of the banking here, so I'm going to be in wholesale banking. So right now I'm looking towards fintech or business tech. So in this case, utilization of AI in the particular industry.
Is this a mandatory internship?
It is.
It is. But have you taken internships that were not mandatory, but you just did it on your own initiative?
Yes. So I have taken internships for Ayala Corporation. I'm not sure what it is. Yeah. So I've been using AI for quality assurance as well. So I can see that in different industries, you're really trying to push forward with AI. Although in the Philippines, I must say that our advancement with AI is quite slower than expected compared to other countries. But still, there's the progress. So all I can say is that AI has been, for me, it's like a calculator. So before, they're like mathematicians, or use like a calculator, then calculator came on. It's like that, but perhaps a bit bigger, because as you said, it's part of the industry 4.0. So it's like calculator plus machines plus big data all in one package.
Right. We need AI-enabled workers moving forward, right? Do you agree?
Unfortunately, it's not exactly a want now, it's a necessity. Because AI has been making ripple effect on everyone, and it's like a sink or swim. So if you don't swim with AI, I don't think you're gonna last in this world.
Last question. What drove you to apply for that internship that wasn't required?
Well, for me, I just want to expand what I know about the world. So, for one, it's getting perhaps an internship, at least have a taste of what corporate job or this job in general is like. But also, it's about curiosity, because I want to perhaps experience a bit on how people are trying to adapt to this world, especially with AI, as I said. So, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Good answer. Let's give him a big round of applause. So, that is actually one of the tools you can have to abate the uncertainty revolving around different job markets, is to give yourself experience, give yourself, differentiate yourself from the rest of the pack, no? He didn't have to take that internship, but he took it to add credentials to his CV, to get more experience. So let me throw a statistic at you. In the US, 7.5% of computer science majors don't have jobs waiting for them. There's an unemployment rate of about 7.5%. It's not that computer firms or IT companies are not hiring, it's just that there's a bottleneck in terms of entry-level hiring, because they're asking not just for graduates, but they want graduates with specializations that have taken internships, that have further experience more than the average graduate. So if you're not differentiating yourself from the rest of the pack, you're ensuring that there will be no job waiting for you. Everybody else beside you will have that job that you want, because they took that extra internship, because they took that extra effort to have more jobs or to get experience, right?